everyone!
Guys, kamusta ang lahat? Happy Friday!
Happy Friday! Yan, so welcome everyone sa daldalang walang curfew.
Usapang hindi nalalockdown, ito ang QuaranTALK.
QuaranTALK.
Welcome to our 10th episode. Grabe ang bilis no?
Yes, 10th episode na and we are on our 53rd day in quarantine.
We're almost on our second month. Imagine 60 days inside our homes. Kaya naman alam kong ang dami ng sobrang anxious sa inyo, sobrang frustrated kasi hanggang kailan ba itong pandemya na to?
So to help us cope, we're putting together this episode especially for all of you. Yung purpose naman ng QuaranTALK is really for everyone to, for us to help you also cope, as this show also helped us cope in our quarantine days. But before we dive into tonight's discussion, let's first have a recap of the latest with regards to the COVID-19 pandemic. So,
Right.
we'll start with the updated numbers.
Sure. I'll just pull it up. So as per DOH, in their daily
bulletin.
Okay, total cases natin today for May 8, we're at 10,463. Total deaths at 696. And total recoveries at 1,734. Marami po tayong recoveries today, which is good news. And from the end of the government, at least from the infrastructure side, tuloy-tuloy yung pagsasagawa ng mga malalaking mga infrastructure just to be sure na kapag dumami pa rin yung mga patients, merong mga places na pwedeng pagalingin sila.
Yes, that's right. So today, for May 8th, we had 120 new cases.
That's right.
But also we had a recorded 116 new recoveries. So that's also a good news. That's a welcome news. Pero merong bagong update ngayon, research on this coronavirus. So Chinese researchers, they found that COVID-19 can persist in men's semen even after they have begun to recover. So ngayon, dahil nakakita sila ng traces of the virus, it raises the possibility that the virus could be sexually transmitted. But some researchers from the UK also said na the study is only based on small number of patients. So hindi pa entirely conclusive na natatransmit talaga sexually ang COVID-19. Pero syempre, this prompts new questions and a push for more research. So the presence of SARS-CoV-2 in sperm did not show whether it is active or it can actually infect. So it is present but hindi pa napoprove that it could actually infect others. So ayan, more research would have to be done for us to know if talagang matatransmit din yan sexually. So sana,
And comms-wise, diba, that's why we call it novel coronavirus. It's new, so basically, parang halos every week merong mga bagong na-discover about this virus, and ito, panibagong level na naman to of shock and disbelief from other people. So, tingnan natin kung mako-confirm din to ng iba't ibang mga doctors across the world.
Sakto, no? Kasi the other night, we were just talking about sex life in the time of pandemic. And we were saying then that, no, it's not yet sexually transmitted. And then just 2 days later, we get this update, no? So, ayan, medyo tuloy-tuloy talaga yung discoveries with regards to this virus. But as we talk about discoveries, we're also talking about trends in this show. So, we'll go to our current trends feature for tonight. And for tonight, we have the mobile apps that you can use to help you cope in this quarantine period, or specifically to help you in your in taking care of your mental health. So, Jules, you have something to share?
Yeah, so siguro na-search ko to sa Google nung mga second week ng quarantine kasi parang very uneasy na from my end na parang what's happening, tapos wala pa akong routine na nabubuo 14 days na. So I was tweeting kung ano pwedeng gawin. Tapos nun, si Miss Heart Evangelista, kasi there was a time na nagkakilala kami. So, she commented, sabi niya, download Calm. So, yun. So, free siya ng ilang days. Tapos nun, you need to pay din for a year. Parang about 2,000 pesos siya. I think ano naman siya, parang worth it din naman yung price niya kasi 1 year din naman siya. Tapos nun, ang daming mga features na pwede mong gamitin para makatulog. So may mga ASMRs. Sobrang nahilig ako sa ASMRs because of this quarantine. Yun yung mga, anong ibig sabihin ASMR? Mamaya banggitin, ano yung acronym yun eh. Alam nila Deck siguro to.
Mga sound effects ba, Jules, that you're talking about?
Yeah, something like that. Basta masarap sa tenga, tapos nakaka-relax siya. Dito sa merong mga stories na binabasa ng mga artista. May mga artista din dyan. Tapos pwede rin for meditation. So yan yung that's keeping me sane for the past weeks in quarantine.
So the goal of this app is to help you calm down?
Yeah. True to its name.
Okay. Alright. Yan. Ako naman, wala akong specific app na na-download for meditation or kasi I just watch my breathing. And I use other apps to help me cope when it comes to productivity kasi I still have work to do. But something that helped me even before the pandemic started, no? As a Facebook group.
Sabi ni RJ, ni Doc RJ.
Okay, so ASMR means Autonomous Sensory Meridian Response.
Thank you.
Interesting. Thank you, RJ. Ayan, so something that helped me is to join online community groups for mental health awareness and support. Actually, that particular Facebook group that I joined is called Mental Health Awareness and Support. Pero, word of caution lang for people who would be looking for communities online. Really check muna kung sino yung mga moderators, and then once you're in a Facebook group, see for yourself if it's something that you would want to be in. I'm fortunate enough that I found this community because people from all over the world are just really sharing nice pictures, uplifting thoughts, and if someone's sad, they share uplifting messages, things like that. So the community is well moderated, and the people there more positive. So it helped me also have like an extended support group. So it's called Mental Health Awareness and Support. But again, be cautious when looking for online communities before you join, or learn when to get out of a community group if it's no longer helping you. So yan ang ating feature for QuaranTRENDS.
Yes. And of course, dito rin sa ating show, ito na yung isang part na pinag-uusapan natin yung main issue, and that is mental health in the time of COVID-19. Kasi it's very important for us to consider itong mental health natin. And fortunately, we will be joined by an expert from the University of the Philippines, Diliman. Okay, actually, na-interview ko rin sa EA for my show sa morning show. So I thought na she would be the best person to be featured in our show. So she is a professor and the head of the UP Clinical Psychology Program. And she's a professor there. And from the UP Diliman Psychosocial Services. And she's also part of the UPD PsycServ. But wait, parang nawawala si ma'am sa video niya. Ma'am, are you there? She's here. Okay. Ayan. So, yeah, please join me in welcoming on our show from UP Diliman. Okay, let's welcome Dr. Violeta Bautista, or we can call her Doc Violeta Bautista. Hi, ma'am. Good evening.
Hi,
Hi, Jules. Hi, Aya.
Yay.
Good to be here at 11:30 in the evening. Naku, bilib ako sa inyo. Ha? Baliktad ata.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, actually, ma'am, that's also something we would want to ask later. Bakit nga ba kami gising sa gabi sa mga panahon na ito? Kasi it also bothered us. In the first 2 weeks of the quarantine, hirapan din talaga ako makatulog, and we share that particular dilemma ni Jules. But siguro, ma'am, to start, so you're from the Psychosocial Service. Actually, it's a project, di ba? But maybe you can tell us more about UP PsycServ first.
Of course. Oo. Yung UPD PsycServ, short yan para sa UP Diliman Psychosocial Services. So ito ay isinet up ng Chancellor ng UP Diliman noong 2017, ano? Kasi tumataas ang incidence ng mga estudyante na may psychological problems, ano? Pero hindi lang naman sa UP ganun. Sa lahat ng eskwelahan sa buong bansa at saka globally, ano, sa iba't ibang bansa pa. And then, nung magkaroon ng pandemic, di syempre merong social distancing. Kaya we decided na i-transform ang aming psychosocial services into uh, tele-psychotherapy. Ano? So, pwede kaming magbigay ng counseling and psychotherapy sa pamamagitan ng telepono o sa online platforms. Ano? So, nagsimula na, syempre, we are responding to the needs of the UP Diliman community, mga estudyante, mga staff, at saka mga faculty. And then we started to get callers from outside, ano? Simula yung mga frontliners, yung mga nagwo-worry sa baka meron na silang sakit. And then eventually, it became the whole public na, ano? So, nag-widen ang scope, ang reach ng UPD PsycServ at dumami na rin ang aming mga volunteer, registered psychologists, as well as counselors and trained mental health workers. So that's who we are.
Okay,
UPD
Doc,
PsycServ.
yeah, thank you so much, Doc. Doc, if it's possible to share, so far, when you started this online version of this service, ano so far yung pinaka general na concerns ng mga callers ninyo?
Ay, ang pinakamarami ay karaniwang tao na nababagabag, ninenerbiyos, nababahala nitong pandemic, ano? Maraming mga pakiramdam ng uncertainty, ano? Peligro, pumapasok na rin dyan ng frustration, at pati nagalit, ano? So yun ang pinakamadalas, nerbiyos, takot, kalungkutan, kabagutan, depression.
Doc, can you tell us, especially for our listeners also, can we define first anxiety and then depression? Because these are two words that we see everywhere these days.
Kasi syempre, lahat ng tao nakakaranas ng nerbiyos at lahat ng tao nalulungkot ng sobra at a certain point in their life. Kaya yung technical term na anxiety at saka depression, pumasok na sa ating everyday language. Ngayon, marais sa aming callers, ang kanilang karanasan ng nerbiyos at depression ay yung normal na depression at saka nerbiyos. Ibig sabihin, sa klase ng mga karanasan natin na dulot ng pandemic, hindi kataka-taka na matakot ka, nervyusin ka, at malungkot ka, no? Pero merong klase ng nerbiyos at saka kalungkutan na hindi nawawala sa pagtulog lang at nakakahadlang sa mahusay at saka masayang buhay. At saka nagtatagal, hindi panandalian lang. So pagka ganun na ang iyong karanasan ng nerbiyos at saka depression, yun na yung tinatawag na clinical major depressive disorder o anxiety disorder, no? So basically, yun ang clinical depression at yun ang clinical anxiety, 'di ba? Merong fine-grained distinctions, pero I don't know whether you want us to go that far, no?
Okay. Doc, for family members and napansin nila na yung kamag-anak nila or yung friend nila na possibly baka may pinagdadaanan, what would be the best approach para matanong sila or makamusta sila, and what would be the way forward for that na pwedeng gawin ng mga friends or ng mga kamag-anak?
Alam mo, napakahalaga ang pamilya, lalo na sa panahong ito. So yung ating mga mahal sa buhay, they could serve as support to us. Kaya pagka medyo napapansin natin may kakaiba sa ating kamag-anak, di maganda, upuan natin. At saka bigyan natin ng gentle, caring feedback. Hindi ba yung klase ng feedback na madi-defensive ka? Halimbawa, sabihin natin, anak, napansin ko mas madalas kang nasa kwarto mo. Hindi ka na naglalalabas, hindi tulad ng dati. Madalas ka makipagkulitan sa amin. Ano ba nangyayari? Di ba? So, caring, honest, asking about your concern. Pagtapos, tumahimik ka para mabigyan ng space yung tao para magkwento. Kasi kung masyado tayong makwento, hindi magkakaroon ng pagkakataon para mag-express at mag-emote sa atin ang ating kausap. Di pakinggan natin. No? Oo. Malaking tulong na yung nakikinig tayo. At pag nakinig tayo, dapat walang paghuhusga. Hindi natin sasabihin, uy, bakit ka naman ganyan? O kaya, hindi ka na ata nagpe-pray, kaya nagiging matatakutin ka. So we listen, we ask questions para mas naiintindihan natin, no? Pagkatapos, makikita natin kung seryoso ba o hindi seryoso. Pagka ang dating sa atin, matagal na niyang nararamdaman ito at itong kanyang pinagdadaanan, nakakaabala sa kanyang trabaho, nakakahadlang para maging masaya siya, di ba? At sinubukan na niya ang lahat ng mga sinabi sa kanya ng mga kaibigan at nag-Google na siya para sa self-help strategies. At conscientious naman siya at responsive para tulungan ang sarili niya, di siguro magandang sabihin natin na, alam mo anak, natutuwa ako sa iyo na ang sipag-sipag mo na tulungan ang sarili mo, nagre-research ka pa. Ako naman, wala akong masyadong alam dyan. So, mabuti siguro na narinig ko dun sa program ni Jules at Ea na mayroon pala tayong pwedeng tawagan para magtanong. And then you could give her the phone number ng PsycServ, tulungan mo siya na maka-connect sa amin. Interestingly, meron ring ibang telepsychotherapy na ino-offer. Meron ang National Center for Mental Health, meron ang Department of Health, merong InTouch. Pwedeng i-Google, makikita mo kung ano yung available resources.
Doc, so lagi tayong nag-encourage na sa mga friends natin or sa family members to see a specialist or to see professionals to help them. But maybe some people may have apprehensions. May takot na anong mahaharapin ko kapag tumawag ako or humarap ako sa isang professional. So, Doc, can you paint a picture or maybe walk us through a bit on what people could expect once they really consult someone? What's happening and what's the goal of a therapy, say, for example, or in the first visit? What could people expect or how should they prepare themselves?
Ang counseling and psychotherapy is not so alien from our experience. Kasi, ano ba ito? Ito ay isang relationship. Hindi ba? Just like friendship is a relationship. Ang kaibahan ng psychotherapy or counseling from friend-friend relationship ay yung kausap mo ay merong skill set, meron siyang knowledge and competencies na maibabahagi niya sa iyo para mabilis at saka mahusay ang pagkaunawa mo sa iyong pinagdadaanan at paghanap mo ng kalutasan sa iyong problema. Isa yon, ano? Pangalawa, syempre pagka friend-friend, can go anywhere ang usapan. At saka minsan tataas ang kilay pagka ginagabayan mo para bigyan ng suggestions. Pero syempre, ang therapy, counseling relationship ay pakikipag-usap na merong purpose, merong pinatutunguhan. At itong purpose na ito ay yung iyong pinagdadaanan. Gusto mong humanap ng pag-unawa at kalutasan dun sa iyong pinoproblema. So yun basically ang therapy, counseling, relationship. Punta ka, tawag ka, hindi pala punta, tawag, ano? O kaya connect online. Tapos may sasagot sa'yo, hello, sino po sila? Si ganito, ay magandang hapon sa'yo. Ako si Violeta Bautista. Ako ang iyong psychosocial support specialist, ano? So maganda, bago tayo magsimula, makilala muna kita at makilala mo rin ako. So could you tell me a few things about yourself, ano? Tapos nagkilala kayo, tatanungin ka, ano kung maitutulong ko sa iyo? Ano bang iyong concern? Tapos pag-usapan niyo kung ano yung concern, ano yung problema, at uunawain ito. Sa pag-unawa ng iyong therapist, ng iyong counselor sa iyo, mas lalo mong mauunawaan rin yung iyong pinagdadaanan. Ngayon, pag malinaw na sa iyo kung ano yung iyong kinakaharap, ano yung humahamon sa iyo na kalagayan, di pwedeng maghanap na kayo ng kalutasan. No? At yung paghanap ng kalutasan ay ginagabayan ka. At ikaw ang mamimili dun sa mga options na inyong inilalatag. No? At hahanap rin ng mga strategies galing sa iyo as well as galing sa iyong kausap na psychologist or counselor. Ngayon, sa mga susunod na pagkikita, susubaybayan kung ano sa mga strategies mo ang nakakatulong, ano hindi nakakatulong, no? Lalakas ang loob mo, magkakaroon ka ng kumpiyansa na harapin ang mga hamon sa buhay. No?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
yes.
Doc, I'd like to ask, kasi nabagit mo kanina yung mga skill set na meron itong mga experts natin na kumakausap. Kasi for the knowledge of our viewers, ako rin po nakakuha na nitong service ng PsycServ for the past 2 weeks. Nakaka 2 sessions na ako. Ano yung, paano nyo nagagawa, ma'am, na na-unearth nyo halos lahat ng mga issues na pinagdadaanan ng tao? Kasi ako, alam ko very trusting ako, pero parang second time or twice ko palang nakakausap yung kumakausap sa akin, parang nailahad ko na ata lahat ng problema ko sa kanya. So how do you do it?
Well, if you have a best friend and you love talking to the best friend, to a certain extent, makikita mo yung mga katangian ng mahusay na counselor, psychologist, dun sa mahusay mong best friend with much more competencies added. Ibig sabihin, magaling mag-connect, marunong makinig, walang paghuhusga, tanggap na tanggap ka, at saka mahusay magtanong. Yung mga tanong tumutulong para makapag-isip ka rin. At yung kausap mo, mas lalong lumalawak at lumalalim ang pagkilala sa iyo. No? So pagka merong paggalang, pagtanggap, at saka dama mo, hindi ka lang kliyente, hindi ka lang trabaho, pero talagang merong concern sa iyo bilang tao. So pag nararamdaman mo yon sa iyong kausap, magbubukas ka. Ang pakiramdam mo, hindi lang siya eksperto, professional. pero siya ay pakilala mo, concerned sa'yo, parang hindi na ibang tao. Hindi ba? Kaya pagka ganun ang dating sa'yo ng iyong kausap, at alam mo, mayroon siyang kakayahan, no? Magkakaroon ka ng kumpiyansa, no? At saka magkakaroon ka ng pag-asa na I don't need to stay in this difficult and painful situation. Apparently, I could open up. I could understand myself, and I could find ways by which I could get out of this difficult situation, of this painful situation. And so, you move on. And so, hindi siya nakakatakot na karanasan. At saka hindi rin siya nakakahiya. Kasi
Mm-mm.
it's a person-to-person caring relationship.
Mm-mm. And thank you, Doc, for enlightening us and making it more inviting, no? Talking to professionals and specialists also for the support that is very much needed. Pero Doc, siguro before that then, can you tell us some things that we or people should be more mindful of, or things that we should watch out for? Um, in order for us to know when what we're going through is already starting to hinder us from living our best lives or being or functioning, or things that maybe we should look out for with our friends or with our family members.
Well, what we are, can you clarify the question? What we need to be mindful of in
Out for po. Kapag in our own person, like with the way that we think, with the way that we deal with our
uh,
matters, or the way that we interact with people.
are you asking for red flags that tell us baka hindi na normal na karanasan ito, baka
Yeah.
nagkakaroon na ng mas komplikado na mga
Mm-hmm.
pinagdadaanan? Okay,
Yeah.
so we of course would like to know kung ang ating mga reactions ay normal reactions pa dun sa abnormal situation, which is what the pandemic is all about, o talagang nagkaroon na tayo ng psychiatric condition, no? Na kailangan ng um, professional help, ano? Yung depression, madalas dumating sa atin, hindi ba? So pagka nalulungkot tayo, most of the time, o kaya nawawalan tayo ng gana sa mga bagay na dati naman tuwan-tuwa tayo at saka excited na excited. Any of those two or both of those two conditions plus four additional indicators such as change in sleeping habits, tulog ng tulog o hindi makatulog, kain ng kain o hindi makakain, walang gana, paggising mo, miski mahaba ang itinulog, pakiramdam mo, pagod na pagod ka pa rin. Mas negative ang frame of mind. Ano? Laging madilim ang iniisip. Feeling mo guilty ka o may kasalanan ka. No? Mababa ang pagtingin mo sa sarili. No? And sometimes naisip mo, gusto mo nang mawala sa mundong ito. Di ba? Any of those plus one of the two or both na una kong sinabi, pagka nakakaramdam ka nun, persistently, ng mahigit sa 2 linggo na, at itong mga pakaranasang ito, nakakahadlang na sa kaligayahan mo. At saka, naaabala ka na sa iyong pag-aaral o sa iyong trabaho, maganda kumonsulta na. Di ba? Pero one thing that I'd like to say, ang pagdulog naman para makipag-usap sa mga ang tawag namin sa aming mga psychologists at counselors ay psychosocial support specialists, PSS. Ay hindi lang naman para lutasin ang mga problema o katanungan, pwede rin tumawag para makakita ng mga paraan para ma-enhance mo ang iyong well-being. Ibig sabihin, para mas humusay ang iyong pagharap sa buhay at tumibay at humusay ang iyong pagkatao. No, so you don't need to have emotional problem or psychiatric condition, but you want to make your life better and enhance your well-being. Di ba? Lalo na sa mga panahon na to.
Yes.
O kaya naghahanda pa para sa pag-lift ng ECQ. You want to be ready for it. Tumawag rin. Oo. We'll be there for you. No?
Right.
We'll lift
I have a
the phone
question.
for you.
Yeah.
Yes, dear.
Yeah. In this context of pandemic, let's say yung individual, aware na siya na may cloud na sa situation niya. So parang medyo dark na yung, aware siya na medyo dark na. Ano po yung pwede niyang gawin aside from calling, of course, the best action siguro is to call PsycServ agad. Pero from his or her end muna, ano yung pwede niya maging way forward para matulungan niya rin yung sarili niya? O na rin na checklist niya lahat ng sinabi niyo kanina, ma'am.
Ganda naman ang tanong mo kasi yun ang pinaka-basic. Ang literature talagang sinasabi, napakahalaga yung pag-aalaga sa sarili at pag-aalaga sa kapwa. Ang tawag doon, self-help at saka mutual help. Ano? Yung self-help, ang dahil nating magagawa. Ano? Pagka nai-stress ang tao, ang naapektuhan, hindi lang katawan, hindi lang damdamin, pero buong pagkatao. So, alagaan mo yung iyong buong pagkatao. Unang-una, what you have to do? One, tanggapin natin na talagang maraming nakakahamon na pangyayari sa ating buhay ngayon. So, let's not deny them, let's not minimize them, let's not run away from them. Tanggapin natin, this is happening in our life. Ano? And then secondly, desisyon na natin na alagaan natin ang ating sarili. We need to decide on the matter. Kasi maraming tao, sinasabi nila, hindi, okay lang yan, huwag mo lang pansinin. You know? But we decide to take care of ourselves so that we could be better persons, whatever happens. Pangatlo, una, so we go through different dimensions of our being. Alagaan natin na ating damdamin. So, very powerful ang emotions, hindi ba? And our emotions can be our friend. Not only frenemy, certainly not our enemy. No? So how do our emotions become our friend and not frenemy or enemy during these times of the pandemic? E di syempre, basic rin na maging aware tayo na during this time, dahil nakakatakot naman talaga ang pandemic, di ba? Saka maraming uncertainties na pumapasok sa ating buhay sa panahong ito. E di syempre, we're going to have a range of emotions rin naman na napaka-intense ang dating sa atin at certain times. So, andyan na yung nervyos, galit, takot, kabagutan, kalungkutan. Okay, now, be aware of them. Don't deny them. Recognize them. Be clear about what you're experiencing. Ay, ninenervyos pala ako. Hindi pala naiirita. No? So when you are aware, you recognize, and you accept, then you would know also how to listen to your emotions. Kasi pinapakinggan rin ng damdamin. Kasi meron rin silang mensahe sa atin. Kaya when you come to think of it, walang damdamin na mali. Ano? Lahat ng damdamin merong mensahe sa atin. So, ang mensahe, iba-iba. So, bakit ako natatakot? Kasi na-realize ko, vulnerable pala ako. Senior citizen na pala ako. Hindi na ako like a spring chicken na at 30 years old, ang lakas-lakas ng naturalesa ko. So it's an awareness of my age and what my being a senior citizen means. Di ba? Bakit ako galit? No? Kaya pala ako galit. Sa mga nababasa ko sa social media, nakikita ko yung kalagayan ng health system sa Pilipinas. So, nagkakaroon ako ng frustration and anger. Diba? These are messages. And then, pagka nakuha natin yung message, then we could strategize on how to deal with our emotions. No? We could work on ourselves, we could work on people, pero all the time, hindi natin hinuhusgahan ang ating sarili. Hindi natin sinasabi, bakit ka naman nervyosa? Bakit ka naman, napaka-weak mo namang tao, bakit ka malungkutin? No, we don't do that. Emotions come to us. We don't ask for them, they come to us. Ano? Ngayon, when emotions get very intense, gusto rin natin silang i-manage. Because acceptance, awareness, recognition of emotions does not mean wallowing and drowning in them. Ayaw naman nating nalulunod. Ano? Sa ating pag-emote at pag-feel. So we need to manage strong emotions. There are several strategies on managing strong emotions. Ang cute-cute nyo nga, nagbibigay na kayo ng strategies kanina. Simple act of breathing. Do you know how to breathe, ladies and gentlemen? O, pakita nyo nga sa akin, how do you breathe? How do you inhale? How do you exhale? Akala ng mga tao, simple lang yon, pero marami, hindi effective ang kanilang paghinga. Simpleng paghinga. Something that you do 24/7. Then you wonder, why is it that I don't stop breathing? Because it's important. So, it refreshes you. And it can even help you to calm down and manage your anxiety. Napakasimple. So how do you breathe? Pagka ninenervyos ka, simple lang. You breathe through your nose, and you exhale through your mouth. And when you breathe, hindi tumataas ang balikat, hindi lumiliyad ang dibdib, kasi breathing is supposed to be gentle, effortless. So you inhale through the nose, gently, gradually. Pagka merong tunog na ganito, ibig sabihin too effortful. Dapat walang tunog. And then, pag ninenervyos ka, you exhale through the mouth. Ganito, may tunog ha. At saka dahan-dahan rin. Parang bumubuntong hininga ka, hindi ba? And you do that unconsciously pag masikip ang dibdib. Pero scientifically, it's better na you exhale through the mouth, dahan-dahan. And you do that rhythmically hanggang maramdaman mo nagse-settle down sa iyong stomach ang anxiety and gradually nagdi-dissipate. That is what we call breathing with the emotion. You breathe through your pain. You breathe through your anxiety. Ngayon, pag settle down ka na, sabayan mo ng distraction. Di ba? O di, hindi ka na masyadong ninenervyos, nasa loob ka ng kwarto mo, madilim ang kwarto mo. Pag nag-stay ka doon ng matagal, babalik na naman ang nervyos mo. So, labas ka ng kwarto mo, doon sa maliwanag, at i-distract mo ang iyong pansin into something that is more positive, engages your attention. Di ba? Yung hindi masyadong kailangan ng brain work, o kailangan ko magtiklop ng aking mga nilabhan nasa washing machine, isang tambak na sila. O di sige, habang nakikipagkwentuhan ako sa aming kasambahay, nagtitiklop ako. Di ba?
Right.
Or simply connect to people, talk to them, kwento. That's a very helpful way of distracting ourselves. So yun, basic strategies on managing your emotions. Then you manage your thoughts. Ang thoughts natin, but you still have the time for this?
Go ahead.
Maraming strategy.
Yes.
Maybe.
Yes, Doc.
Okay na?
It's very helpful. Yes.
Oo. So yung thoughts mo can also be your frenemy or your number one enemy, but it could also be your friend. Ano? So how do you turn your thoughts into a friend? Eh di syempre, i-declutter mo yung mind mo. Kasi, sino ba yun? Si Marie Kondo? Ano?
Marie
Uh,
Kondo.
Very
Marie
condo.
Kondo, the expert in decluttering your house. Now, your mind also needs decluttering. Kasi yung mind natin, baka punong-puno ng mga false news, false beliefs, negative ideas, catastrophizing thoughts. Eh, yun nakakadagdag ng nervyos at saka depression yun. Kaya, i-declutter mo yun, alisin mo yung mga nakakabigat, nakakadilim, no? At palitan mo ng mas reality-based and positive ideas. Okay? Ngayon, ang hirap, minsan may mga thoughts na ayaw kang patulugin. Now, one of the reasons why we couldn't sleep is because our mind is so active. Di ba?
Mhm.
Alas 11 na ng gabi, ay alas 11 nga pala ngayon, alas 2 na yung huling araw,
Ma'am, 5 na kami
iniisip,
nakakatulog.
oo, kasi iniisip mo pa kung ano yung ipepresent mo sa yung program kinabukasan. O na-analyze mo pa sa mind mo kung ano yung nangyari with you and that special someone in your life. So, minsan, our brain goes on autopilot. Tumatakbo on its own. No? Very active, very alert, very analytical. No? Hindi tayo pinapapahinga. So sa mga ganung pagkakataon, yung ginagawa nyo na strategy, very helpful. Yung nagda-download ka ng meditation apps, nagpa-practice ka ng mindfulness exercises. Ano bang ginagawa ng mga exercises at apps na yan? Kasi po, yung brain natin, may kanan, may kaliwa. Left and right side. Yung left side ng brain, yan ang dominant side ng brain natin. Yan yung overactive, analytic, evaluative. Yun ang isip ng isip ng isip. Kasi nasanay tayo ng ganon. Especially the ones who have to do brain work most of the time. So ayaw mag-sign off, miski dapat mag-sign off na. So yung mga meditation, mindfulness exercises trains that side of the brain to switch off and trains the right side of the brain that is more quiet, more intuitive, more open, more receptive to turn on and be at work. Ano? So pagka nagpe-pray tayo ng rosary paulit-ulit, yung mga Catholic friends natin, that's one way. Hindi nila alam, akala nila kinakausap lang nila Diyos. Of course, kinakausap nila ang Diyos, pero interestingly, ina-activate rin nila ang right brain nila. No? Pagka nagbe-breathing exercise tayo, yung tinuro ko sa inyo, no? Na-activate rin ang right side of the brain. Pagka nagbe-breathing tayo, pati sinasabayan pa natin ng repetitive word. Like, ang tawag noon ng mga Buddhist at saka yogis, mantra. Ano?
Mhm.
Pero yung mga scientists, sabi nila, the word just have to be, the stimulus just have to be repetitive. Halimbawa, yung mga meditationists, pwede silang gumamit ng mantra tulad ng Om Ni Padme Om. Om Ni Padme Om. It has a certain resonance, calms you. Pero pwede rin namang repeating numbers. Like, as you inhale, you quietly, rhythmically say to yourself, 1, 2, 3. Pag malapit ka na mag-exhale, 4, 5. Pag nag-exhale ka, 6, 7. So you rhythmically say that as you breathe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Paulit-ulit. Pinatahimik mo ang left side of the brain, pinaabanti mo ang right side of the brain, and if you don't tell yourself, sleep, dapat hindi mo tinuturuan ng sarili mong, matulog ka ha? Just let it be. Because sleeping is a voluntary act. If you tell yourself to sleep, you're turning it into a voluntary act, but it's involuntary. So just let it be. Sleep should come to you. You don't tell yourself to sleep. So that's the
Right.
brain, no? Uh, then of course, very basic rin yung paniwala mo sa thoughts eh. Minsan takot na takot tayo sa thoughts natin. Parang kakainin tayo. But let's just imagine, thoughts are just like clouds. They're like uh, leaves floating on a stream. Dadaan sila, aago sila, dapat lumampas lang sila. Or like the bird. Ang thoughts natin are like birds. They fly over our head. They don't need to build a nest. So ganun lang ang ating attitude. Let the thoughts pass by.
Mm-mm.
Let the thoughts be like clouds, no matter what their contents are. So
Right.
those are examples of managing your thoughts.
Yeah, so you walked us through how to acknowledge our emotions and also the strategy on how to kind of manage and regulate our thoughts. So Doc, meron question from our viewer na baka you can answer. From Jet Ramos, he was just asking, why does our society still stigmatize people who have mental health challenges and treat them like they do not exist? It bemuses me. Sabi ni
Oo
Jet
nga
Ramos.
eh, no? Kasi merong socialization ang mga Pilipino at pati na rin naman yung mga nasa ibang bansa na yung may emotional problems ay mahina ang pagkatao, no? Maaring nanggagaling yon sa kanilang religious belief. Some people believe na pagka meron kang emotional problems, kulang ka sa pananampalataya. Di ba? O mahina ang iyong pagkatao. Di ba? At saka at saka may depekto ang pamilya na pinanggalingan mo. At hindi ka mahusay na tao. Kaya nagkaroon tuloy ng stigma. Yung stigma na yon kumakabit sa tao at nagiging hadlang para makapasok sa maayos ng trabaho, magkaroon ng mahusay na relasyon. Pero ang magandang balita, the good news is, nagbabago na ang saloobin at saka ang pananaw ng tao. Nakakatuwa nga eh. Once upon a time, kasi marami na ring dekada ang dinaanan ko sa buhay na to. There was a time, I have to convince people to see counselors, psychologists. Ngayon, may shortage tayo ng counselors at saka psychologists. Siguro ang ganda rin ng mga nangyayari ngayon eh, no? Siyempre, ang malungkot lang, napopopularize ngayon itong mga bagay na to kasi lumalabas sa media, hindi na itatago ang maraming problema na dinadaanan ng mga tao. Halimbawa, dumaan tayo sa maraming natural disasters, hindi ba? Tapos na-publicize doon yung mga psychological problems na dinadaanan nung mga nasalanta. At saka more recently nga, nakikita worldwide and not only in the Philippines, tumataas ang insidente ng mga kabataan na nagkakaroon ng depression, even nag-a-attempt ng suicide. Hindi ba? O di syempre, it's close to home. Nararanasan na natin ng marae. Eh di we become sensitive to what mental health is all about and what mental health professionals are. So the good news is, hindi na natin, marami na sa atin ngayon ang hindi nagtatatawa dito. At gusto nating matutuhan ito. Kaya nga, meron tayong mental health law, hindi ba? So, laking progreso yan sa ating bansa.
Okay. Doc Bolet, as on a final note, things are still very uncertain right now. We're not sure if ECQ will be lifted. Well, if it will be lifted, magiging GCQ rin naman siya. Pero we're not still sure kung i-extend siya or not. So for people who are very anxious at the moment na parang hindi na nila alam kung paano pa kumapit, siguro final words ninyo, ma'am, para kapit lang, kaya po to.
Ay, sa ating mga kababayan na dumadanas dito, normal po yan na reaksyon kasi talaga namang nakakabahala, nakakatakot pag hindi natin alam ang susunod. Pero lakasan po natin ang loob natin dahil lahat ng mga hamon merong magagawa para madaanan natin ito. At kung kakilala at sinasabi rin naman ito ng siyensya na ang mga taong inaalagaan ng sarili nila at nangangalaga rin naman sa kanilang kapwa ay hindi lamang nagsusurvive sa krisis tulad ng pandemic. Sila ay lalong tumitibay at humuhusay ang kanilang pagkatao. So magtulong-tulungan tayo, mag-usap-usap tayo, kumonsulta tayo sa isa't isa at hindi lang po sa mga eksperto para talagang matugunan natin ang hamon ng lifting of the ECQ to more of a general community quarantine. Whatever happens, ma-lift po yan o hindi, kakayanin po nating tumugon dito, hindi lamang na tayo'y nag-iisa, pero tayo po ay magkakasama.
Thank you so much. Mga viewers natin, nakasama po natin ang isang professor at siya rin po ang head ng UP Clinical Psychology Program and the UP Diliman Psychosocial Services. Thank you so much, Doc Violeta Bautista. Salamat po. Sobrang na-relax ako sa session na to.
Thank you rin sa inyong dalawa and more power to you. Believe ako sa inyong kagustuhang tumulong. Okay?
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, ma'am. Good night po.
Be safe and be blessed.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Yes. Bye.
Thank you po.
Wow, ang gandang session yun, Eya, no? Para tayong kumuha ng PsycServ actually na session.
Oo. Well, ang dami ring pag-walkthrough ni Doc and strategies and tips na nabigay sa atin, di ba? Pero hindi pa tayo tapos, Jules, actually, dahil kapag ang usapan ay sobrang importante at sobrang mahalaga, kailangan, we give more time for dito sa ating QuaranTALK. So, sa mga kasama pa natin tonight, meron pa tayong QT Extra. So, QuaranTHINKING Extra, kasama naman natin ang ilan sa mga youth advocates for mental health. For the next session, is he there, Jules, our next guest for tonight?
I'm asking him to get in already. Okay, so ito naman, syempre from the experts, di ba? Well, actually, doctor din itong makakausap nating sunod, pero more on the context of the youth. Kaya para sa mga kabataan na nanonood ngayon, ano naman ba ang perspective ng ating mga medical practitioners na kabataan? Ayan. Okay, Eya, andito na siya. Go ahead, please introduce.
Right. So mga kasama natin ngayong gabi sa QT Extra, isa rin siyang national chairperson ng isang youth organization for mental health, and it is the Youth for Mental Health Coalition. So with us tonight is RJ Nagit. RJ, are you there?
RJ,
Hello!
Kumusta?
Magandang gabi. Actually, konti na lang mag-uumaga na. So, hello sa lahat ng nakikinig po.
With us. RJ, can you tell us from the youth's perspective? Kasi I know you work a lot with the youth sector these days. Ano yung mga napapansin yung challenges among young people during the pandemic, particularly with regards to their mental health?
Yeah, actually, parang a few days ago, may makakausap ako ng mga young workers and yung isang sinasabi talaga nila is yung uncertainty. So maraming uncertainty regarding their work, no? Regarding yung food security nila, for example. And definitely, merong impact ito sa mental health natin. And of course, nandiyan rin yung physical distancing, no? Kasi right now, nasa bahay lang tayo. And some of us are actually separated from our loved ones. Kaya, of course, nandyan yung feelings of isolation, loneliness. Kaya I actually support yung sinasabi ni Doc Bolet kanina regarding doon sa feelings of isolation, feelings of sadness, anxiousness. So those are expected emotions in a time of pandemic. Of course, nandiyan rin yung anxiety over yung mga possibility na meron kang kakilala na infect with the COVID pandemic. Of course, minsan pwede rin na may namatay because of COVID. So yan yung mga hindi natin maiiwasan, and definitely yung mga grieving natin hindi siya yung usual way of doing things. And siguro nandyan na rin yung adjustment to the new normal. So marami ngayon sa atin na naka-work from home, na I think iba-iba yung reception. Yung iba, wini-welcome nila yung work from home. Yung iba naman, sinasabi nila na very taxing yon in terms of their mental health kasi nawawala yung mga social cues nila. So dati, may routine tayo everyday, pero ngayon, nawala na yung mga ganun. Pagkagising mo pa lang sa umaga, trabaho ka na kaagad. So yung mga ganun ba na kailangan natin maging conscious also?
Ayun, maganda, RJ, na nabanggit mo itong new normal na to kasi hindi pa rin tayo sure kung ano ba talaga at kailan magsisimula itong new normal na to. So para sa mga viewers natin na nanonood ngayon na frustrated sila at anxious sila kung ano man itong magiging new normal, ano yung pwede mong masuggest sa kanila na kumbaga ano yung pinaka-wise na gawin nila para ma-lessen yung anxiety nila pagdating dito?
Yeah. Of course, nandiyan pa rin yung pagkakaroon ng routine natin, no? Of course, in a day, kailangan pa rin natin maligo, kumain. So, kailangan natin i-maintain yung schedule na yan para at least makatulong rin siya in terms of our sleeping patterns, no? And of course, nandiyan rin yung other means of doing self-care. So, I will not hindi ko i-underestimate yung power of exercise rin. Very important rin yan kasi it has a general effect of mental well-being rin sa'yo aside from the physical benefits. And of course, limit rin natin siguro yung mga possible triggering situations. Like for example, yung pag-i-engage natin sa media, no? So minsan kasi pag sobrang negative yung mga news na nakukuha natin, probably it will have a negative impact sa atin. So probably pwede nating i-limit yung exposure natin, ibaguhin natin yung mga notifications sa mga phones natin. And ako personally, ginagawa ko, linilimit ko yung mga TV shows na pinapanood ko. So in the morning, I watch the IATF briefings, tapos sa hapon yung DOH presser naman para at least paunti-unti na pumapasok yung information sa akin. And of course, nandiyan rin yung pag-maintain ng social connections. So ngayon, maraming mga social rearrangements tayong ginagawa. Yung mga conferences natin, nasa Zoom na, yung mga, kahit nga may mga kilala ko, nag-exercise sila sabay-sabay via Zoom also. So yung mga ganun ba na things that we can actually use, no, and maximize para at least nandun pa rin tayo dun sa feeling of connectedness with other people.
Right. RJ, when you deal with the young people these days, no, maybe you can share also some of the best approaches that we can do, especially for our friends. How do you, what's the most advisable way to approach your friends in this time of pandemic? How can we be there for one another?
Yeah, siguro kailangan nating maintindihan na in terms of addressing our mental well-being, nandiyan of course yung emotional support. So ibig sabihin yan yung pakikinig and allowing them to express kung ano man yung nararamdaman nila. Kasi yung mga feelings na yan, pag na-express na sila, most likely mababawasan na sila. No? And that's also very helpful. Yung pangalawa na gusto kong i-emphasize, yung tinatawag nating practical health. Kasi hindi lang naman mental health needs yung meron tayo. We also need food, no? And sometimes yung mga other things, especially kung nag-online classes or may other needs tayo. So probably pwede rin silang matulungan in terms of those kinds of activities. So emotional and practical health.
Yeah, RJ, we have a question from Facebook. Is this Claros? Si Rose Donato. Sabi niya, hello po, I work as a guidance staff sa isang school. What are good strategies to implement po kaya for next school year as we live in the new normal?
Interesting yan. Kasi wala pa tayong masyadong studies looking at the long-term consequences of yung mga community quarantine. Pero based before sa mga naging pandemics, like for example, the one in China before, merong nakita na correlation with anxiety and depression, no, ng mga cases. So probably in terms of managing managing it at the school level, kailangan different years yung approach natin dyan. So meron tayong mga programs for the general population, ibig sabihin ito yung well, no, to near unwell, kasi kailangan natin maintindihan yung mental health, nasa spectrum yan, hindi naman lahat nasa may diagnosis na part. So doon pumapasok yung need for education, need for capacity building, and access to resources. Pero syempre, kailangan meron ka ring program that are specific for vulnerable groups. Like for example, yung mga nagpapakita ng mga symptoms or yung naka-experience ng loss. So kailangan meron tayong mga support services to the guidance counselors or even the teachers na makapacitate sila in terms of detecting these and providing initial support. And definitely para sa mga meron na talagang diagnosed mental health conditions, then doon na papasok yung specialized care. Kaya gusto ko laging ina-emphasize na when we try to talk about mental health services, hindi lang siya dapat confined to the professionals, no? Kailangan lahat tayo merong ginagawa in terms of addressing the mental well-being of the whole community. So again, it's always a collective effort to ensure the mental well-being of everyone.
Right. RJ, speaking of that, can you tell us about the work that the Youth for Mental Health Coalition has been doing?
Yeah, so initially we were formed para mag-lobby for the Philippine Mental Health Law. So ngayon, pumasa na siya, and right now we're still helping the Department of Health in terms of implementing the law. So right now we're part of the technical working group of the Philippine Strategic Plan for Mental Health, and nagbibigay kami ng mga policy recommendations to the Philippine Council for Mental Health. Tapos right now we're also trying to raise awareness on mental health and mental health related issues. And lastly, ngayon tinatry naming bumuo ng mga support groups, kasi what we've been seeing right now is that maraming mga professional groups that are offering one-on-one services. Pero siguro maganda rin na meron tayong mga support groups para sa mga hindi naman super at risk, no? So ito yung mga well to near unwell state, and ma-harness rin natin yung potential nila of them actually addressing their own mental health concerns with some facilitation from some of our volunteers and experts.
RJ, kamusta yung reception ng mga iba't ibang agencies, lalo from the LGUs? Since kayo yung nakikipag-coordinate most likely sa kanila.
Of course, maraming interest, no? Usually nagsa-start yan with the DOH regional offices. Sila talaga yung nagiging champions natin dyan. Of course, varied pa rin siya when it comes to the local government units, kasi hindi naman lahat nabibigyan ng importansya agad yung mental health. That's why we also need to highlight yung importance of educating them about mental health, kasi ito hindi agad nakikita yung diagnosis na to compared to other physical illnesses. So kailangan ng konting kumbinsihan pa when it comes to that. But I'm happy to report that there are some LGUs that are passing their own ordinances. Yung sa may Iloilo, yung sa region ng Iloilo, parang meron talaga silang good database and very streamlined mental health services in their area. So nakakatuwa, and definitely we need to document all of these together, and there's a lot of work to be done in terms of realizing yung potential ng mental health law.
RJ, since this is, I want this to be more of a casual kwentuhan and to really hear from a staunch advocate for mental health among young people. Can you share with us your motivations, or like maybe for really pushing for mental health, and maybe how can we encourage more young people to be more sensitive when it comes to the things that we do on social media, for example. The contemporary issues that the young people are facing are different for everyone actually. So yeah, tell us more about the work that you do.
Siguro actually yung the bigger part of the work ng mga advocates talaga is hindi yung mga formal gatherings, hindi yung policy work, but yung mga day-to-day conversations that you have with these people, yung mga bigla na lang magchat-chat sa'yo. And I think yun yung talaga yung essence of doing advocacy work, and kasi yun yung direct service na ma-provide mo sa kanila. So I'm actually getting my passion talaga from the stories that they get, from the stories that they give, no? Kasi iba-iba talaga sila, and definitely doon mo makikita talaga yung agency minsan ng mga tao in terms of solving their own problems. So wag nating alisin yon sa mga tao may mental health concerns. And I think if you would look at how therapy goes, ganun rin naman yung gusto nilang mangyari na maging self-reliant yung mga tao para at least ma-address nila yung mga ganong kinds of concerns. At yung mental health professional or even the advocate, nandun lang siya to facilitate, not to advise, not to direct the person.
Okay, RJ, on the last note, paano makakasali itong mga kabataan dito sa Youth for Mental Health Coalition? Go ahead.
Yeah, you can visit our Facebook page, Youth for Mental Health Coalition. I think you just need to sign up yung online form namin, tapos you will be added dun sa group namin. And hopefully makasama namin kayo in this advocacy kasi marami pang kailangan gawin in terms of mental health.
Thank you, RJ, for joining us tonight.
Thank you.
With us. Salamat.
Tensya na napuyat ka, ha?
And let us know how we can help also in pushing for more for this advocacy. Thank you.
Looking forward to it. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay. Ayan, for guys who are still watching right now, syempre marami pa tayong kabataan din na makakausap ngayon. And itong next two na makakapanayam natin, this is from our circle as well, Aya. Okay, please introduce them. Go ahead.
Yes, so kasama naman natin ngayon, no? Ang he's a commissioner at the Commission on Population and Development, and he's also an ambassador for Good Health and Well-Being, or SDG3, at the 2030 Youth Force in the Philippines. We are joined tonight by Dex Galban. And also joining us tonight is the our Philippines founder, Maria Villa Jusil Roderos. Via and Dex, welcome to our
Hey guys.
Hi.
Hello.
Good
Yay!
morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning. All right. Okay, so thank you for joining us tonight. Actually, we want to hear more perspective from people really working on the ground. So, Via, you started Happy Hour. Can you tell us more about it? And I know this is an initiative also for mental health.
All right. Okay. Hi, Aya. Hi, Jules.
Hi.
So, a little something about Happy Hour, no? We started Happy Hour 3 years ago with Dr. Agia Season, and we wanted it to be a support group for young professionals kasi alam naman natin sa work natin, maraming stresses. Alam niyo yan. Especially since our work environments are very hectic, especially the deadlines that we do. So what we wanted to push forward is to have a mental health support group for these people. Because we understand, and sabi din ni RJ kanina, that I would agree na spectrum talaga ang mental health. Hindi siya basta-bastang isang clinical condition, like what Doc Bollet said kanina. So we also recognize that we have predispositions that would endanger our mental health facilities, no? So as a person. So we recognize that in Happy Hour, and we wanted to push for more accessible mental health services for these people. So we started with young lawyers, young professionals, and medical students. So, and then it grew. We reached out to schools kasi hindi lang naman young professionals yung nasa-stress or who are under a lot of pressure in terms of their mental health capabilities. So, we went to schools, we conducted programs for them, and then we also we expanded that program to include LGUs.
Okay. All right. For Dex naman, Dex, lagi nating nababanggit itong term na well-being, and this is also part of the Sustainable Development Goals. Pero paano natin siya breakdown para mas maunawaan mga viewers natin na this is well-being pala?
So yung well-being, it consists of your entirety as a person. So that includes your physical health, mental health, spiritual health. So all of these things kailangan ma-touch upon at makita natin ito lahat as advocates of the SDGs. Kailangan ma-achieve natin to achieve the kind of health that we want in our lives. So kaya kagaya ng sinasabi ko sa inyo in our circles in 2030 Youth Force, one of the biggest driving forces that I have for advocating for the global goals is health. Kasi sinasagot niya yung tanong na, kumusta ka? It's the basic question, kumusta ka, that will evaluate how well we are taking care of ourselves, of other people, and how the government and society is taking care of us as well. So, pagdating sa well-being, kailangan lahat ng factors malalagyan natin ng check. Kasi at least for us in the medical field, ang mantra namin is there is no use for us to continue treating you if we will keep sending you back to the conditions and the environment that made you sick in the first place. Imagine, sobrang stressed pa pala ang doktor, tapos makikipag-usap kayo, then you'll try to process it, etc. And then you're sent to the exact same place that caused you stress. And very difficult to manage that. Kaya kailangan whole spectrum approach talaga tayo pagdating sa not just mental health, but health.
Okay.
Strategies or tips maybe for our viewers also. So how do we now take care of our well-being? Kasi mental health, ang dami mo nang kailangan isipin, diba? Pero pag well-being, it's your life, it's yourself. So how can you balance these things?
Well, for me, I think one of the biggest things that you have to establish, and I think nabanggitin ito ni Doc Bollet and ni RJ, is to establish a support system. Now, it's very difficult in a time like COVID to somehow do that kasi nakagawian natin, it's face-to-face encounters, and that's actually how Happy Hour started. No? V and I have been working on Happy Hour, and it's usually face-to-face. And then we realized it's very difficult to do that in a situation na kailangan may physical distancing. So, I highly recommend, kahit na maglalaro lang kayo online, turn your webcam on, find people that you get to do conversations with, to do activities with, exercise, study, or just plain chikahan. How you would be like if you were with them face-to-face. Because although advice tayo na may physical distancing, it doesn't mean that we have to be socially disconnected. And I think Via has a lot to add to this also, especially for Happy Hour.
Yes, no, I would agree with Dex. Actually, we cannot stress enough the importance of community. Right now, it might be very challenging logistically kasi hindi tayo makamit in person. But then there are ways for us to harness the power of technology, like this initiative. This initiative is actually very much at home to what we're gonna do. Kasi we not only need to have a sense of community, but also to have a sense of belonging for us to be able to take care of our mental health. Kasi we have to recognize we cannot do it alone. I would agree with Dex that in order for us to take care of our mental health, we cannot always push ourselves, sige, kaya mo yan. We need people to be there with us, to continue pushing us in order for us to better ourselves, in order for us to wake up and, hey, there are people around you who care about you. So,
how can we reconcile this? Kasi before, pre-pandemic, di ba lagi natin sinasabi, go out of social media and talk to real people, face-to-face. Pero right now, it's only social media that is linking all people. It personally frustrates me na siguro halos tayo extroverts din dito sa tayong apat, siguro extroverts tayo. So parang ang hirap nito na hindi natin, ito na yung new reality na kinakaharap natin. So paano tayo, how do we go beyond and eventually accept that this might be the new reality na kakaharapin natin?
Actually, dito naman is stress na the sense of belongingness we have in a community. So it's really essential that we have to reach out to these people. And there are a lot of avenues actually online to help us grapple with this new normal, no? Like what we're doing in Happy Hour, and maybe I can talk about later an initiative that we're gonna start, no? So we really need the help of others in order for us to reconcile and accept that sometimes there are limitations to what we can do, but hey, that will not hinder us from ensuring that our mental well-being is not being compromised.
Sabi kasi natin dati, di ba? Kaka-computer mo yan. Get your head out of your phone. But it's very difficult to do that now. Kasi ang ina-advocate natin doon is a sense of balance. Kasi we always value physical contact. We always value social engagements. But the thing is, in the absence of those things, we go to the best possible option that we have now. And I think in this pandemic, that would be social media. At napakalaki ng impact niya. Social media has provided us with so much information. There are so many moms and titas right now na pwede na magkaroon ng degree in COVID-19 dahil lang sa Viber at Facebook. As in, so, lalo na nang pumutok yung COVID-19, sobrang legit lahat to check every single detail. And because of that, oy, Mare, tama ba yan? Or they would text someone that they know. These little things are cues na the need to connect is more important now than ever. So, social media is still very social, and I think that's very powerful, especially in this platform.
Right. But Dex and Via, I understand that, the need for community. But I think we also have to acknowledge that some people are not as extroverted as we are. That it actually takes effort for them to reach out. And sometimes they want to be with someone, but they don't know how to reach out or maybe to talk to them. They don't know how to express their feelings or thoughts, maybe. How can we be there for the people who have maybe difficulty connecting or reaching out and doing that effort or being the first to do the effort? How can we help them, or how would they help themselves take care of their well-being if they don't have that community around them?
One of the mantras actually, or the principles that we would employ in happy hour is that first and foremost, it's a support group, right? But it is also a safe space for people. So the mere fact that we are there and then it's available and that they can access it anytime at their own pace, no one is forcing them to be able to reach out to us. But then the mere fact that they know that there's support, there's help that is available, I think is one step for us to be able to reach out to these people, no? Kasi we understand that we cope differently with the stresses of our daily lives or whatever we go through. But the mere fact that you know that help is there, that whatever you do, you're not alone, I think that really helps in terms of coming to terms with um, grappling with whatever you're going through.
I have to agree, no? I just have to emphasize that there is no problem with being an introvert. There is no problem with wanting more time for yourself, to not necessarily spend so much energy talking to a lot of people, because that's not how everyone is. But one of the things that we recommend is to always, especially for most people that are very extroverted, is to be available for these people. Merong running joke nga na uh, introverts usually are adopted by extroverts with so much
Right.
energy. No, they pull them into their circle because the introverts would usually not be the ones to seek out these
Yeah.
people. And that's one of the things that we have to highlight pagdating sa mental health, is that you don't need to always actively get to tell people, uy, kasama ka naman sa amin. It's just the open invitation. Just like when you have your support groups on Facebook, etc., the open invitation itself is good enough. And for some people, even the mere fact na nakabukas lang yung webcam and they see another person in front of them and they're just there in total silence, that is actually very comforting very comforting na the mere fact that you know that someone is there makes a million things feel less heavy.
Right.
I can
Yeah.
attest to that, no?
So,
Because contrary to what Jules had said kanina, I'm an introvert. But
oh,
doesn't
okay.
mean that I want to isolate myself from everyone. No? We understand that there's a need for us to really have our alone time, but then in that aloneness, we also want the comfort of knowing that there are people around us who care for us and who are ready to listen to us in whatever we're going through.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you reach out to people, what's the best way na, alam mo yun, na not siguro it's most sensitive approach na mag-reach out ka, yung tipong hindi mababacktrip yung isang tao na parang ba't mo ba ako pinapakailangan? Pero parang how do we do it right?
In terms of approaches, I think Via can provide us with a good insight kasi that's the basic approach and foundation ng happy hour. Eh.
So, yeah. Dex mentioned kanina, no, na for a lot of people, there are a lot of ways in terms of communicating with them, no. So, one of the things that you do is that, hey, we have this platform for you. If you want to join us, you can. Parang, but if you don't, you understand that. Maybe one of the things that we have to emphasize in this is we establish a relationship of respect first for the privacy. This, because you understand that a lot of people are going through different things. And an environment of understanding. Actually, that's one of the things. And that can be said through simple words. Hey, how are you? If you're not going through something, I'm just here. I'm here to listen to you without judgment, without anything that would hinder me from not communicating to you. So that's probably another strategy that we can employ. So an environment of respect, an environment of understanding, and an environment of compassion talaga.
I think people underestimate the power of tambay. In UP, we fight for our tambayans. We love making the tambayan or spending time in the tambayan one of the key components to joining an organization because that's where you get to know people. You say it's an open space, anyone can come in, everyone can talk about anything, and no judgment. And that's the basic approach na magandang i-highlight. Yung pag nag-invite ka for someone to talk with you, no judgment, it's an open space, they're secure. When we started Happy Hour, our primary rule was no judgment, and no, it's an open space. It's very secure. So, yun naman kasi talaga yung hinahanap ng mga tao, to be safe and secure.
Mm-mm. Yeah, I think actually ako na mas na-intrigue ako sa initiative ng Happy Hour, and I know via there's something in the pipeline that maybe you can share with us.
Yes, no. So actually, I am very thankful that you mentioned that. Actually, tomorrow we will be launching our initiative. This is in partnership with two other organizations that are catering to mental health, but different aspects of it. So it's called the Happy Hearts Initiative. So what we're trying to do here is we try to have a support system, not just a support group, but a whole system of where people is open to talk about their frustrations, their experiences, and there are people there who can help them process that. And at the same time,
Yeah.
and at the same time, this initiative, sorry, can you guys hear me? Okay, this initiative can also open the doors for people to be able to seek help. So we will be launching this actually tomorrow, and then we will have our first Kamustahan session on Saturday next week. So hopefully, people who are going through a lot of anxieties and a lot of uncertainties, especially during this time, may be able to reach out to us because help is always available, and help will always be there um, if we just know where to look, and if uh if for example, if there is an environment of trust, so help will always be there, and happy hour and all our initiatives will always be available to those who need them.
Yeah, and I think that's on Facebook. It's Happy Hour is the name of the page.
They can just search Happy Hour, and then they will be oriented to a lot of activities that we have, and a lot more in store for them actually.
Right. And also Dex for you for Popcom. That's something that we have to highlight also.
Yes. I want to highlight lang the initiatives that we have for sorry.
Again, yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah. In the Commission on Population and Development, our concerns involve family planning, involves gender awareness, as well as adolescent health. And in a time like COVID-19, napapansin kasi namin noon na kapag nagkaroon ng kalamidad, especially nung mga tinamaan ng bagyo, etc., nagkakaroon ng spike sa bilang ng sa bilang ng unplanned pregnancies, saka ng gender-related violence, pati na rin yung poor mental health ng adolescents. So, we highly encourage everyone to maintain good sexual practice. I know you just had your episode. Yung previous episode is about sex in the time of COVID. It's very important to still practice good family planning methods to prevent unplanned pregnancies, as well as to ensure that you are open to any assistance that may be provided. So, pa-plug ko na din, Popcom recently launched its Popcom Family Planning COVID-19 Helpline. So in NCR, it's 0927-299-8764 and 0961-7432-337. So meron din kaming Popcom Family Wellness Clinic that you can contact at 878-29-284. So anytime you need family planning advice or support or resources, you can easily contact us. Kasi while we're in a pandemic right now, help is still always available.
Okay.
Thank you, Dex. Thank you, Via. Jules?
Yeah, thank you so much guys ha. Marami kami natutunan sa inyo and we'll just post yung mga sinabi niyong details. We'll share it on the page para makita rin ng mga viewers natin. Thank you guys.
Maraming salamat. Good night. Thank you.
Ingat.
Yay.
Okay. Ayan. A very productive session naman, Aya, from the different generations of experts ang nakausap natin tonight. But of course, in this show, we're also highlighting yung mga contributions ng iba't ibang grupo pagdating dito sa pandemic na to. Ito ang ating Ano ang Ambag Mo?
Yes, for tonight's Anong Ambag Mo, we would want to highlight the UPD, the UP Dalaman Psychosocial Services, or UP PsycServ. Ayan, they offer telepsychotherapy with psychosocial support specialists and volunteers. And I think the contact information is on your screens also. But you can also go to the Facebook page UPD PsycServ with the telephone number. I'll just recite it: 981-8500, local 2496. But also they're reachable on mobile. That's 0916-757-3157. Ayan, you can book for free, right? And you get to talk to specialists. And so, yeah, please check out UPD PsycServ. Yeah.
Yeah. Marami rin silang mga social media cards doon that could be really be very helpful for all of us kasi they break down everything that probably bothers you during this pandemic. So maganda doon kada post nila. Super okay yan sa atin. So visit nyo lang UPD PsycServ on Facebook.
Yeah, may mga infographic na very, well, informative. Yeah. Pero totoo, kasi, and it's in Filipino. Some of the materials are also in Filipino. Ayan, it's UPD PsycServ.
Pero 'di ba, ayan, nakaka-relax siya, 'di ba? Kanina kausap si Doc Bolet. Ganun actually yung mga experts na nawala ako.
Yes, nakita ko naka full screen. But I could still hear you there.
ayun, sobrang very relaxing. Talagang at ease ka habang ongoing yung session. So expect more of that kapag nakapag-appointment na kayo sa UPD PsycServ.
Yes, at saka siguro yung mga magandang takeaway, no? If you've looked into the subject of mental health or how to deal with this pandemic, with your emotions, ang magandang ma-highlight din is to embrace and acknowledge your emotions, as what Doc Wallet said a while ago. And when, yung thoughts natin, let them fly by. And yun, so we can regulate our thoughts better. At saka remember the breathing exercise that we did a while ago.
Sabi nga niya before, sa isang interview ko sa kanya, normal na reaksyon yung mga nararamdaman natin sa isang abnormal na panahon. So, sabi nga, it's okay not to be okay and this is the perfect time not to be okay and that's fine. Kaya nga maraming mga grupo at mga institutions na nagbibigay ng tulong. So, if you do not feel okay at the moment and if you want to seek professional advice, please do reach out to UPD PsycServ.
Yes, and yeah, I hope you also get to find your community support group, like what Via mentioned a while ago. There are groups who are there for these instances that you need more support and more presence of other people. And I hope this episode has been helpful for our viewers.
Yeah. For next week, guys, we're still finalizing our list. Pero so far in our draft, nandun yung usapin ng STDs and how it could be linked in this time of pandemic. We're also checking if how music can help ease our minds during this pandemic, and of course domestic violence as well.
Yeah, but definitely we'll be tackling arts and culture sometime soon. And yun, di ba interesting, we'll have an episode on the STDs or sexually transmitted diseases. Kakalabas lang ng news on the COVID-19 traces, di ba? Na possible daw ma-transmit sexually. But we'll still wait for the conclusion of those researches. But yeah, there are a lot of things that we can talk about in the next few days.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so thank you guys again for joining us. Kita-kita ulit tayo next week dito sa Daldalang Walang Curfew.
At Usapang hindi nalalockdown, ito po ang QuaranTALK. Live po tayo dito sa Facebook from Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 11 p.m.
Yes, and follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/QuaranTALK online.
Muli po ako po si Jules Guiang. Please follow me on Twitter and Instagram. It's Jules Guiang.
Yes, and connect with me on Twitter. It's at @ea_Antonio and on Instagram at @ea_Antonio. Thank you, everyone. Good night.
Bye-bye.